I just want to show this feature I've been using to help market the book. You can learn more about the book at the link below. But basically, it's been fun because, and I've tried this 100 times, I finally think I started something neat for myself. So it's a project planner or project assistant. And so it's an assistant, basically. But because it's in LaraLlama, or even I have it as a standalone as well, it has access to a lot of features like checking email boxes, scheduling, and all that stuff. Some of that just comes with Laravel. So what I'm going to show you is how the project works and how you can use it to do things like, hey, help me plan out marketing for my book, or help me plan out a meal plan. That's the one I'm going to show here because I've been using that for a little bit too. Or it can help you with other projects or campaigns I already talked about and things like that. There's a lot you can do with it to just do day-to-day reminders and ongoing building out long-term projects. Now, again, a lot of people say, hey, you can do this with ChatGPT and or Claude, etc. But we have a lot here with Laravel or any of these systems where we have scheduling, we have a database, we can send data to these systems with webhooks, or we can reach out to our email. For example, I send recipes to an email box that LaraLlama makes, and then it gets the recipe, pulls it into the RAG system, and then I can make that part of this project flow too, which you'll see in a moment. So we still have an advantage on just what we can do with the bigger tools we have here. So I'm going to copy some text out of my prompt area over here and bring it over, and we're going to make a project that will have an assistant, and that assistant will make a meal plan. It will then have a task list, and then it will also ideally every week help me not cook the same thing every week, and just fun stuff like that. Some of it's overkill, but just whatever. So I'm going to go create a project, and this is where I'm going to keep surfacing and reminding everybody, I think, in my book and here, if we can surface prompting power to the user, then it's pretty awesome what can happen. We can make tools that are almost, people can discover and build things that we didn't even imagine. And I'll explain that in a moment too, because when I get to another step here, I see something that's missing that would have been awesome. So I'll have to be adding that soon. So I'm just going to paste in some prompts. So here's a meal plan. I give it a system prompt. This can be longer. System prompts should be long and clear. Don't be shy. Help it out as much as you can. And then I give it a few things I like. This should be longer. I should make more, but just for the demo. I'll give it some dates, which don't really matter for this, but I do want it to go on for a long time, so I'll give it some dates, and then I'll make it active. And of course, I could be using local stuff because I'm on my machine, but typically I'm not on my machine yet. And I want some speed right now, so we're going to use Claude. And we're not really vectoring, but I have it there because I want to start vectoring. So now that we have the prompts in place, we're going to kick this off and give it a moment. And so ideally, it's going to come back, create this threaded conversation that we're used to, but now I will create a task system, and every morning it's kicking off a scheduling task to just say, hey, what's up today? It's going to look at the to-do items, it's going to look at the prompts, and it's going to make the next thing happen for that day. And I'll show you an email in a moment, and then I'll go into something else there. So we see it made a list. The quality is relative not to this tool, it's always relative to your prompts. So I won't go into the quality here, but I've been doing this for a week or two with a meal plan, and I have feedback for it to put in my prompt. Some more simple breakfast, for example, lunches or leftovers, not complex meals. But I can start interacting with it now. I could ask it to make a shopping list. I could ask it to not add certain things. I could say, hey, this was great. This other thing was not great. Let's not do that again. And ideally, it will build up this memory and then just keep building these recipes or these menu lists. And when you think about that, people say you can't train these things. Of course you can, but you could have a part where this is a feedback, and it takes the feedback and it looks those over when it starts building up the next menu. So you can really see how you can work around a lot of these limitations. Now, other than chatting with it, building up more of a thread here, I'm going to send myself an email. So every morning it looks at that, it looks at the system, it looks at the task, and sends an email. So if we look at hello, we see that we got one. Oh, that's nice. Now, homemade dumplings. Looks like a lot of work. The thing is here, though, why don't I have, and this is back to what I want to say before, why don't I have another area here for scheduling? And in the scheduling prompt area, I could say, okay, every time you run every hour, in this case, what do I want it to do? I could have it check the email box for new recipes. I could have it search the web for recipes that are trending, whatever. That's silly. But these tools are all built in, task making, events. And you can read a lot about tools in the book. They're really key to doing anything with PHP, with LLMs, honestly, with LLMs. But yeah, you could see how I could make another prompt area for scheduling so that every time that runs, every hour, every day, I can make it do unique things relative to the time and to the day. And that's probably one of the next things I want to do. But yeah, I just want to show you how this assistant's there. You can start doing it now and just see what happens with it. All right, thank you.